Hi and welcome to the CHIMP image editor. When you open the editor, you'll notice that the tools are grayed out and that we can't change any of the values on the right hand side. In order to use the tools, we need to open an image. We can do this in several ways, either using the image icon or by going to File and choosing Open Image, or by simply using the associated shortcut. We can also create a new blank image of the given size, or we can open a project which we'll take a look at a bit later. For now, we can simply open a new image. When we open an image, we can see that the tools are now enabled, and we can see some information about the image on the right-hand side. By default, the grayscale histogram is visible, but if you wanted to take a look at the RGB histogram, you simply need to click the tab and select the colors which you're interested in. You can choose any combination. Each of the histograms is updated live, so as soon as we apply any changes to the image, we will be able to see how it affects the image histogram. As for the image itself, we can zoom in or out using either the mouse wheel or the associated keyboard shortcuts. As for the tools on the right-hand side, we have several sliders. We can control the level of brightness in the image, the level of contrast in the image, the intensity of the shadows, the intensity of the highlights, and the color saturation. Of course, any combination of these sliders is also valid, and we can choose whatever we want. And you can see that as we change the image, the histogram is also updated. If we wanted to undo any of the changes we made, we can either click the Undo button in the toolbar, or we can use the associated keyboard shortcut of Ctrl-Z. The same thing goes for redo. We can either use the button or use the keyboard shortcut, Ctrl-Shift-Z. Now that we're back to the original image, we can also take a look at another slider on the right-hand side, which is the color filter. We can choose any color we want and apply a filter of that color to the image. We can also fine-tune the color we want to use as a filter by using the buttons next to the number. Let's undo these changes again and take a look at what options we have in the toolbar. The first tool we'll take a look at is the brush. This allows freehand drawing. Right next to it we have the option to draw ellipses, rectangles, or straight lines. These tools have additional settings we can choose, the first of which is the square brush. This has the effect of squaring off the edges of freehand drawing and straight line drawing. Another option we have is to choose the gradient brush, which gives us the effect of slowly making the line or drawing more transparent as we make it, which only applies to the freehand drawing and the line. We can see this effect even better if we choose another option at our disposal, which is changing the width of the drawing we're making. The last option we have when it comes to drawing is to set the color. We can choose either one of the pre-selected colors or choose a custom color. In case we choose a custom color, it will be added right next to the plus button for easy access next time. Now let's say we want to take a break and continue working on our image later and somehow save our progress. But we don't want to save our image as is, since we still want to have the ability to undo or redo any of the changes we made. In order to achieve this, we would need to save the image as a project. So let's choose this option and give our project a name. Let's say workinprogress.chimp. Let's go back to the editor and see whether we've successfully saved our project by showcasing another feature. If we go to Window and New Window, we can open another instance of the image editor, and then we can open the project we saved from that window. Saving our progress as a project and then opening that project allows us to literally continue where we left off. It allows us to undo all our changes, which we wouldn't be able to do if we simply saved the image as an image. Now let's take a look at the other tools we have. The first one we'll look at is inverting the colors of the image. When we do this, we can still use all the sliders and effects as before. Let's clean up these changes and take a look at what we have next. We have the usual rotating right and left option, as well as mirroring the image vertically and horizontally. The next option we have is resizing the image, resizing it to a size in which it will be saved, not just on the canvas. We can also crop to selection by first selecting the portion of the image we want to crop to, and then using the cropping tool. We have already taken a look at the undo and redo capabilities, as well as use the image icon to open a new image. Now we can take a look at the options we have at the top of the window. We've already taken a look at most of the options in File. We've opened an image, we've saved as a project, we've opened a project. We also need to take a look at creating a new image, which would create a new blank image of the given size. We can now draw on this image, and we can see that our previously chosen custom color is still there for us to choose. Under the Edit tab, we again see Undo and Redo, as well as their associated shortcuts. The View tab tells us that we can use the shortcut Ctrl F to go full screen. In the Settings tab, we can set the theme for the editor. We can choose among 8 different themes. We've already taken a look at the Window tab when we opened the new window. And the last thing we need to take a look at is the Help tab, where we can find out more about CHIMP or get the full list of available shortcuts. We hope our project was interesting, and thank you for watching.